Hello students, welcome to Science Teacher. In this session, we are going to discuss oxidation and reduction reactions. That means redox reaction. Then we are going to discuss about effect of oxidation in everyday life. Under that, we will also discuss corrosion and rancidity. Let us discuss about what is oxidation reaction. So, addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is termed as a oxidation reaction. Let us take one example here. Carbon burns in air to form carbon dioxide. What happens to carbon here? Carbon has been oxidized with the addition of oxygen. Now next example is burning of magnesium ribbon in air. That forms magnesium oxide. Here also magnesium is getting oxidized with the addition of oxygen. Let us take one more example, that is methane gas. CH4 burns in air to form carbon dioxide and water, which is in the gaseous state. This methane gas has been oxidized with the removal of hydrogen and addition of oxygen. So CH4 has changed to CO2 with the addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen. So we can say that oxidation means addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Let us learn what is reduction reaction. Reduction reaction means removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. Now let us take some examples for this to understand what is reduction reaction. So copper oxide, when hydrogen gas is passed over heated copper oxide, we get back copper, and water also is formed in this reaction. So here hydrogen has been added, that means oxygen is removed from the copper. Now removal of oxygen is called as a reduction reaction. Re and re, you can remember RE, both the words you will get RE, so you can easily remember. Reduction means removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. Let us take one more example, that is ethene. CH2 double bond CH2. When hydrogen gas is passed over ethene, then we will get ethane, CH3. So here what happened? Hydrogen has been added to ethene to change into ethane. So this is called as a reduction reaction, addition of hydrogen. Here it is a removal of oxygen. So we can conclude reduction means removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. Now one more concept is there, that is loss of electron. We can say loss of electron is a oxidation. Leo, you can remember easily with the Leo. Loss of electron is a oxidation. So what happens when the electron is lost? Whenever electron is lost, then the substance becomes a positively charged ion. Let us take one element. So calcium, when the electron is removed, it will become Ca2 plus, and 2 electrons are removed from there. So it gets converted to positively charged ion. So that means calcium is getting oxidized. When it loses the electron, it will get oxidized. Look at the example here. Element A, when it combines to element B, it will get converted into positive ion, so it is getting oxidized. Element B will be gaining electron, so it will become negatively charged ion. That means it is getting reduced. Let us take one example, that is burning of magnesium ribbon in air. We get magnesium oxide. So what is happening here? Magnesium is having a zero valency, that will get converted to 2 plus by removing 2 electrons from it. and oxygen is having zero valency here, it becomes a -2. That means oxidation state has been reduced in oxygen, so it is getting reduced, and oxygen state has been increased in magnesium, so it becomes a oxidized. So in this reaction you can see oxidation and reduction together, so this is called as reduction plus oxidation. Short term is a redox reaction. Redox reaction, we will learn about redox reaction. So we will conclude for oxidation and reduction. Gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen or loss of electron, that is called as a oxidation. What is reduction now? Reduction means loss of oxygen or gain of hydrogen or gain of electron. This is called as reduction. Now let us learn about the redox reaction. Redox reaction means what? It is a short form of reduction and oxidation reaction. Always if in a reaction oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously, then that reaction is termed as redox reaction. What is redox reaction? The reaction in which oxidation and reduction reaction takes place simultaneously, then that reaction is termed as a redox reaction. Let us learn some example for the redox reaction. Let us take the example of magnesium ribbon burning in air. That forms a magnesium oxide. So here you need to balance it. Now magnesium is getting oxidized and oxygen is getting reduced. So this is a reduction and magnesium is getting oxidized. So it is a oxidation. Now which is the substance oxidized here? Substance oxidized is a magnesium. Substance reduced is a oxygen. You have always, whenever you are asked about substance oxidized or substance reduced, you will write the answer from the reactant side. Remember this. Now, next you have to learn about some more examples here. That is ferric oxide, FeO, combines with carbon monoxide to form Fe plus carbon dioxide. Look at the example here. Oxygen is lost, so it is a reduction. Removal of oxygen is reduction. Now here oxygen is getting added, so it is a oxidation. Addition of oxygen is a oxidation. So here substance oxidized is a carbon monoxide, substance reduced is a ferric oxide. So this is a type of redox reaction, while oxidation and reduction both are taking place simultaneously in a single reaction. Let us take some other example, that is reduction of zinc oxide. Zinc oxide combines with the carbon to form zinc and carbon monoxide. You can identify easily here. So oxygen is lost, so it is a reduction. Removal of oxygen is a reduction. Addition of oxygen is oxidation. Again, let us write substance oxidized here and substance reduced. Substance oxidized is a carbon. Substance reduced is a zinc oxide. Now, next example we will take. Manganese dioxide combines with hydrochloric acid to form MnCl2 plus water plus Cl2. You have to see here. So MnO2, in that oxygen is removed and MnCl2 is formed. So this is called as oxygen removed. So it is a reduction. And here HCl, from HCl, H is removed, removal of hydrogen, that is also called as oxidation. Now oxygen is added, so it is a oxidation. So there are two reactions taking place simultaneously. Redox reaction, it is redox reaction, which is the substance reduced. Substance reduced is a MnO2. Substance oxidized is a HCl. Now I hope you understood about a redox reaction. You have to learn about which is the oxidizing agent and which is the reducing agent. Oxidizing agent means substance which will provide oxygen for the oxidation. Always substance undergoing reduction, that will behave as a oxidizing agent. Let us see. Here substance getting reduced is FeO. FeO gives oxygen to carbon monoxide for oxidation. So it provides oxygen. So ferric oxide is a oxidizing agent. Substance getting reduced is always oxidizing agent because it provides oxygen for oxidation. Next is reducing agent. Reducing agent means substance undergoing oxidation. Substance undergoing oxidation, that substance will be acting as a reducing agent. Reducing agent means substance which readily takes oxygen. So carbon monoxide will take oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Whatever substance is gaining oxygen, that will be reducing agent. It helps in a reduction. So substance undergoing oxidation is reducing agent. Substance undergoing reduction is a oxidizing agent. Now let us learn effect of oxidation in a everyday life. First is a corrosion. What is corrosion? Degradation of metal by the action of air, moisture or chemicals in our atmosphere on the surface of a metal, that is called as corrosion. As a result of corrosion, metal is getting consumed and slowly it gets oxidized to form metal oxide. As a result, metal loses its strength and luster. For example, rusting of iron. So what happens when iron articles is kept outside for a long time? It slowly gets oxidized in presence of oxygen and moisture present in the atmosphere to form hydrated form of ferric oxide. So let us balance it. So this is how the reaction takes place. Moisture and this is again solid. So you can see brown colored flakes on the surface of the iron articles. What happens to the iron now? Its strength will be lost. It will break easily. That is how bridges and buildings will collapse if the iron articles are exposed to air or moisture. Now next is corrosion of copper and silver. Now what happens to copper metal? Copper metal is brown in color. It reacts with water and carbon dioxide present in the air to form basic form of copper carbonate, copper hydroxide. This is basic copper carbonate. Now it is green in color. So in the brown colored copper vessels you can observe green colored patches. That is due to the formation of basic copper carbonate. Now how to remove this? You can remove this easily by applying lemon juice or tamarind juice. In tamarind juice, acid is there. Acid will combine with the base to form a salt. That salt can be easily removed by rinsing in the water. So let us see about silver. What happens to silver? Silver will combine with the sulfide ion present in the air to form silver sulfide. So this silver sulfide is a black in color. It is black in color. How it can be removed? By reacting with any acid or bleaching powder. You can remove that black colored coating on the silver sulfide. So silver, which is a grey in color, that gets converted to black color. It gets a black colored coating on exposure to sulfide ion present in the air. So this is how corrosion takes place. This corrosion will make the metal to lose its luster and its property will be lost. Let us learn about how to prevent rusting. Now iron articles will be corroded by exposure to air and moisture. How to prevent that? By painting. What we are doing here exactly, we are preventing oxygen in coming contact with the metal. Oxygen coming in contact with the metal is avoided by giving a layer of paint. Oiling and greasing. Also here also the same thing happens. Oxygen or moisture cannot come in contact with the metal. So metal will be protected from rusting. Then galvanization means applying one layer of zinc. One layer of zinc is applied. Zinc applied on iron. So this zinc is self-protective metal. So it will get oxidized, but the metal, that is the iron, will be protected from rusting. Now next is tin plating or chromium plating. Tin and chromium, they are also anti-corrosive, means they will not get corroded. So they will prevent iron from rusting. Then alloying. Alloying means, what is an alloy? Alloy means homogeneous mixture. It is a homogeneous mixture of metals or metal and non-metal. So some amount of, small amount of metal or non-metal is added to the desired metal for preventing rusting or to increase the property of the metal. Now this iron is getting rusted. So in order to prevent rusting, we will add a little quantity of chromium, then carbon to avoid rusting. So stainless steel, you know about stainless steel. To that some amount of chromium and some amount of carbon is there in iron. So then iron will get more property. So it will not get corroded and also it will become very strong. Next type of corrosive, that is oxidation, is known as rancidity. What is rancidity? When food materials containing fat or oil is kept outside for a long time, it undergoes a slow oxidation and its smell and taste changes. This process is called as rancidity. That means the food becomes rancid. Foul smell comes from the food item. That is due to the oxidation of fat or oil present in the food item. Now how to prevent this rancidity? We can add antioxidants like sodium benzoate to the food stuff. Now what is the use of antioxidant? It will prevent oxygen coming in contact with the food. That is how the food will be protected from getting rancid. Now storing at low temperature. When the food is refrigerated, it is kept in a refrigerator under low temperature. Then also the food is, its shelf life is prolonged. Now next is storing in airtight containers. if the fried items are stored in airtight containers, then it will be protected from a rancidity. Next is flushing with the nitrogen gas. You might have observed the Lay's packet, Kurkure packet and all, it will be fluffy. That is due to the nitrogen gas filled in that. Why nitrogen gas is filled? It is almost inert gas. It will prevent the food stuff coming in contact with the oxygen. That is how the oxidation is prevented and food will not be undergoing rancidity. With this, we are concluding the lesson. Lesson is completed. First lesson, chemical reactions and equations, we have already completed, and we will learn about how to solve the NCERT question in the next session. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.